How to build a personal brand on Instagram to 100,000 followers. What's going on, guys? Thor here, back with a new video, and in this video we're going to be looking at how you can build your personal brand on Instagram to as much as 100,000 followers and also become an Instagram influencer. Now, as you can see, I'm with a friend here. His name is Lucas. Lucas, quickly introduce yourself to the audience. Tell them what you do, etc., etc.
So basically, my name is Lucas. I'm from Germany, 20 years old right now, a high school dropout. Actually dropped out 2 years ago. Got into online business about a year ago. Started with affiliate marketing, built that up to over 6 figures using the leverage of Instagram that we're going to talk about today and how we used it. While building my affiliate marketing business, I also built my Instagram. It was like the main platform, like I said, I used to leverage my business. I built my Instagram following to over 100K. I have several accounts for my personal brand, also viral strategy I've used, that we're going to touch up on. And basically Instagram is what allowed me to go from a broke high school dropout to actually living the life right now. We're out in London right now, recording this video for you guys, so super excited to share everything that I've learned with you guys. So I'm super excited to be on this video with Thor right now, and we're going to give a lot of value to you guys. So
alright, so since we have Lucas on the video, I'm going to be basically kind of interviewing him, maybe giving my sense on the way, but I'm basically going to be asking him questions about how he built his personal brand on Instagram, because he's got a personal brand now on way over 100,000 followers on Instagram. He's pretty successful. He knows what he's been doing. He walks the walks and he also talks the talk, so he does for sure know what he's doing. So yeah, let's just dive onto this and start looking at how you did this so successfully. So first of all, Lucas, what would you say is the most important part when it comes to building your personal brand on Instagram? What's the foundation? What's the fundamentals that needs to be in place to build a successful brand on Instagram?
So what I personally feel like the most important thing you guys need to know is that you need to have a niche, okay? You need to have a specific thing why people should actually come and follow you, right? Everybody could go and get some followers on one day, right? But they're not gonna stay if you don't have a reason for them to actually stay with you, right? For me, it was always traveling, right? I love traveling. I've been traveling and I love traveling to this day. So that's exactly why I built my personal brand based around traveling, right? Traveling, lifestyle, and entrepreneur. Now, we were talking about this earlier as well. If you look at people like Tai Lopez, right? What do you see on his page? The second you go to his page, you already know what it's about, right? He's an entrepreneur, he makes money, he does inspiration, right? He gives out knowledge to people, he sells people online programs. I mean, you just know what he does, right? Same thing with Gary Vaynerchuk. If you go to his page, you know what he's about as a person, right? He's hustling, he's always up grinding. He's not really the type to show off or anything, right? So it's like different people and they have different niche, different kind of vibes they give off of their profile. And I feel it's super important that you guys have, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, right? Just pick one for yourself. But be sure to stick with that, you know, build up on that so your followers actually know who you are and what you're about. That's what I would say is like the most important thing you have to have in place.
Exactly. I preach that in a lot of my videos as well, diving down into one niche. Now with the personal brand, it's even got to be more specific because you're showing yourself as a person and you have a much more specific personality than, for example, a niche on Instagram. Now it's the same thing with my channel. Like say, for example, I started to do camera reviews on my channel. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't provide any value to you guys because you're here to learn Instagram. And that is why you got to stay relevant to your audience.
You literally got to give people what they expect from you. Okay,
exactly.
That's basically how Instagram, even YouTube, like everything works the same way. People come here to follow Thor for Instagram, and all of a sudden, like you said, is going to talk about some reviews or some whatever it might be, some restaurants. You guys are going to be like, what is going on, right? I'm not expecting this. So make sure to actually stick with what people expect from you when they come and follow your page or subscribe to your channel.
So as far as growth strategies goes, what have you done to grow your Instagram page? What strategies have you used to successfully build your personal brand network to up to 100,000 followers on Instagram?
Okay, so basically how I started, right? Obviously we all started with like a couple of followers, our friends, our buddies from our hometown, right? And what I figured out pretty quickly is that I had to get a system in place, right? I had to work in a systematic way, otherwise I wouldn't succeed on Instagram. So basically what I started doing, my first steps of action were actually follow, unfollow, right? A lot of people kind of talk negative on this strategy and blame it for a bunch of things that are happening. But for me, it actually worked out pretty well in the start, right? I used to basically build a foundation.
Yeah, and it's also all about how you do it. You gotta do it carefully, exactly. As I say in my videos too.
So I build up slowly with follow, unfollow, obviously being careful that my account doesn't get blocked or banned or whatever it might be. So I built that up, and I think when I hit around like 5,000 followers, right, which is already a good base, I started using and leveraging some influencers, right? So I had a network of people that I knew from like my hometown, from other businesses, but from my affiliate marketing business, they all had big pages. So I was like, hey, we should collab somehow, right? I should get like a shout out from you guys in exchange for pay, in exchange for value, in exchange for whatever it might be, a service you provide, right? Give them something back. And influencers, in my opinion, are really big. They can really help you get up to like the next level on Instagram pretty fast. So I use that and leverage that a lot. And then honestly, my biggest one though, that I'm still using to this day, and we actually ran a test that Thor's going to talk about in just a second, is the viral strategies, right? So I basically built another page, right? I have my Instagram page, also built another page which was just traveling content, right? Viral content. And I used that, I built that up once that hit 10K, which happened pretty quickly. So I used that to leverage my personal brand. So every time I went viral on this page, I tagged myself, right? I put myself in there, I told people to follow me on my personal page. And that was really like the ultimate boost for me, to be honest.
Exactly. I mean, leveraging other pages, especially because Lucas's content is a lot in the travel niche. So what you want to do is you want to build a niche page, build up a niche page which has the same type of vibe, the same type of content, so that the audience isn't like thinking, what the hell is this page about, when they maybe get redirected to Lucas's other page. The content's got to be similar. And we actually did a test on this, which I recently made a video on. I actually didn't talk about that test we did, which I forgot to do in the video, but you saw the video about 29,000 likes on one picture. And in that picture, I tagged Lucas's account. It's kind of funny because the model in that picture kind of looked like Lucas. I thought it was like a cool joke just to tag him and say image by Lucas, even though it isn't him in the image. And he got like 400 or 500 people follow him just because of that tag, just because that picture went viral. So that is a really, really cool way to leverage other pages to build your own page. And even when you have a big page in a niche, you can use that page. You can post pictures on that page from your own page. Like you can repost pictures from your own personal page and tell them to go follow your personal. Like it's just basically building up this page and promoting your other page, which has the same type of content. It's just easier to build up this niche page because you can post viral content and use other viral strategies to grow your page. And that is exactly what Lucas has been doing, and that is what allowed him to especially like blow up his page to hundreds of thousands of followers on his personal page.
Exactly, and what I found is really powerful as well, now mentioned the test, what we've discovered is because it actually kind of looked like me, right? People were super interactive on my page, meaning they came from his travel page. It was a travel page,
yeah,
right?
It's a travel page.
They came from the travel page to my page, and my page kind of looks like, it's all travel content, right? Through like Thailand, exotic places, London, like city places, and stuff like that. It's all over the place. And people came in and they literally liked like 20 pictures each, right? Everybody that came in liked all the pictures, commented, and was actually interactive with my page. So like, hey, this is awesome, I like your content, blah, 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 right? So people were actually interested in what I had. And also I had stories up in my personal account, right? Now I received literally over, I would say like 150 DMs within that one day of him actually tagging me in the post. So that's why we really want to stress this, because literally for any business you might have, or maybe you just want to become famous, I don't know, right? It literally boosts everything. 150 DMs, imagine that happening every single day.
It's nuts. And that is the power of using other pages to leverage. It's the same thing with influencers, but when you build your own page, you have so much more power because you don't need to pay money for the influencer. You actually have your own page and you are an influencer, and that is so powerful to leverage that when building your own personal brand. So let's move on to networking. Networking is a really, really big thing when building your personal brand. You have to have a network to be able to have a sustainable personal brand on Instagram. So what did you do to network? How would you tell my audience to use networking to build their page?
Okay. Well, basically what I discovered literally, once I hit around 10 to 20,000 followers, right? It sounds kind of weird, but people are going to start taking you more serious, okay? That's just how it is on Instagram. People are not going to take people serious if they only have 1,000 followers, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so once I hit 10 to 20,000 followers, right? I started reaching out to people, right? I was literally the guy sitting on my phone in my DMs, like, I don't want to lie, like 8 hours per day probably, reaching out to different entrepreneurs, right? Some who are in the same level as me, like 20,000, maybe 15,000. Others that were up to like almost 100,000, right? I just reach out, communicate it, be like, hey guys, what do you do? Just get to know each other, right? Build a relationship. Don't go DM them, asking them, hey, can you shout me out? Like, everybody's going to tell you to, I don't want to cuss on this channel, but you know what I mean? Like, everybody has the same reaction.
I mean, you can curse. I curse all the time. But anyways, yeah, go on.
Alright, so everybody's going to tell you to fuck off, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so what I decided to do was actually just reach out to them, tell them how I like their profile, I like their mission, how I like what they do and how they influence people, etc., etc. And we started talking, networking in a way, right? Building a real relationship. And then I would mention at some point, hey, would there anything I could do, you know, for you to give me a shout out, right? Or just tag me in some post. Is there anything I can do for you? Like maybe edit a video, maybe write a post, maybe whatever, do some service for you, right? Some type of thing for you in exchange for a shout out on my page. And that is basically how I got to know a lot of people, right? I literally, when I was on the edge of being broke, I was DMing and networking with people who were doing like $1 million a month and consistently networking just because my Instagram was looking nice, you know, it was looking neat. I had 20,000 followers. People take me serious, and that's how we really got to know all these 6, 7, and even 8-figure earners, right? So that was a huge thing for me, especially the shout out part, right? When people tag you in the story or they put a post up or whatever it might be, like this is insane because the followers they have, right? They're like super committed to those guys, right? Exactly. So whatever they say is 100% like their reality. Yeah. You know, they see them tag me in the post. That guy must be like the shit, you know, I need to go and follow this guy.
Exactly, and it's the same thing. I've studied a lot of big pages. For example, Millionaire Mentor, you guys probably know about that page. And it's like whenever he sells something which isn't his product, people buy it. Like I bought plenty of stuff. Like I was just one time going to check Millionaire Mentor just to screenshot the page for one of my videos, and I saw the latest post and I ended up buying. And the only thing I was going to do was screenshot his page, and I ended up buying because I trust the guy and I know what he sells is powerful. And it's the same thing with influencers, and when you have that, when you like try to get yourself posted on these pages, you are going to get followers because the people that follow these people, they trust them. They know that they are legit, which is why it's so powerful, especially to be posted on big personal influencer pages because the audience there is just much more targeted. So let's move on to stories, because stories is a really powerful way that you can use to connect with your audience, especially with a personal brand. You want to use stories. So I wanted to ask you, Lucas, how you use stories to connect with your audience, and how do you use that to build your personal brand?
Okay, perfect. Well, basically, honestly, for me, the story is almost as important as a post, to be honest, right? For example, when people start following you, right? For example, let's say in the best case, you're gonna post 6 times a week or whatever you might do, right? 5 times a week. That is cool. But imagine giving content to those people 24/7, every single day, right? And to put up a story is not hard. It's 10 seconds, right? Literally record yourself, say something, done, right? But you have them interact, right? Every single day, they see your stories, they see what you're up to. That was a big thing for me as well. I had all this travel content, right? And a lot of it seems like super cinematic, you know? They don't really get a feeling of who I am or what I do. They just see me traveling. But with stories, I can actually go ahead, grab out my phone, you know, be like, hey guys, I'm in Thailand right now, I'm doing this and this and this, would be awesome if you guys would be here, blah, 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 you know? You get them really like to know you as a person, as of just the Instagram or the influencer. That was like a huge thing for me. And I honestly think that stories drastically increase like your real engagement of people coming to you, asking you questions, you know, loving your stuff because they know you instead of just the influencer.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can connect with you on a much more personal level. Because you can Snapchat whatever. You can Snapchat your food. You can Snapchat
whatever
you
you're
just
doing,
lying chilling on the couch. You can, and that's relevant. That is things you should be posting on your story. As stupid as it says, you shouldn't be like posting the most quality pictures of like this beautiful view. You don't want to post that on the story because people can see that on your feed. You want to be posting things that make people connect with you on a personal matter. The quality of the content does not matter on the stories. You just want to be posting content that allows people to connect with you. Like just show them whatever you do, and that is pretty much what you have to do, to be honest.
If you take a look, for example, now that you touched on this, if you take a look at Gary Vaynerchuk, right, or even Tai Lopez, the way they are on their profiles compared to the way they are in their stories is 100% different.
It's way different.
Right? On the stories, they might end up at 4 a.m. like we're recording this video right now, which is kind of funny.
Exactly.
But they actually end up at 4 a.m., you know, looking super tired, super exhausted, and doing like a story talking about some things that just cross their mind, right? And that is exactly the point where people can like literally connect with them, with the person, right? They're not gonna post that on the social feed, right? Because it's gonna be there, it's gonna stay there. I feel like in the stories, people can be more of the, like basically themselves, you know, because it's gonna disappear in 24 hours. It's not like it's gonna be there forever. Exactly.
So talking about stories, do you also do lives on your stories? Because lives again is a really good way to connect with your audience on a more personal level, and also to provide a lot of value. Actually, you can do lives and just provide a bunch of value. So do you use stories? Live stories, and how do you go about using them?
That's actually one area where I'm like really lacking, to be honest. Right, because I do a few, but I'm definitely not using them often enough, right, to the full effect they actually can give you. But what I've experienced from like the 1 or 2 times I've actually done it, that it really helps getting like a clear vision with your audience, right? Because they see you, you can talk to them one-on-one, right? They ask questions, you instantly can respond, right? Or you can even like share a lot of valuable information inside of a live stream and then have like a little Q&A session afterwards, you know? So that's something I really need to improve on, to be honest, because I've been lacking on live streams. And a lot of people, like people even ask you to do them just because they want to interact with you, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to start getting on that because I just know how powerful it actually can be for your
100%.
personal brand.
100%.
So that's definitely something I really need to like dig down and focus on 100%.
Alright, so I think we've covered a good amount in this video. Now just a final thing, if someone now wants to go ahead and build their personal brand, they're starting from scratch, they want to build a personal brand on Instagram, what would be the action steps you would give them? What steps would they take step by step to actually get to potentially where you are today?
From like a straight up beginner standpoint.
Yeah, from a beginner standpoint.
Okay. So what I basically would do, to be honest, is start a viral page, right? Start a niche page and already think about what kind of content you're going to deliver later on in your personal brand, right? So for example, if you start traveling or you want to start traveling, start a travel niche page, okay? And whatever it might be, suit it that way. If you like cooking, like start a cooking page, literally, like a food page, whatever it might be,
whatever.
right? So basically start that first, right? And then focus on growing that while you're creating a lot of good content for your personal brand later on. So I would recommend, honestly, collect a bunch of good content, like really quality content, not like something you just take real quick, you know, put some thought into it, make it look nice, collect a bunch of pictures for your personal brand, build up the viral page, right, the niche page. Once you have that, at a certain point, you can start leveraging that page to actually redirect traffic from that page to your personal brand, where you're going to start posting your quality content, okay? And then also what I would also do while you're doing the viral strategy, right, on your niche page, is start using a little bit of unfollow, follow. Like Tori actually told me that you got to be kind of careful with that, right? So don't overdo it, but just get your account rolling with it, you know? Start doing it a bit, gain some followers here and there, you know, gain some attention as well. And then while you're doing that, you can also use different strategies that are, most of them are free, right? I don't know if you guys heard about the Gary Vee strategy, for example, right? The $1.80 strategy, super powerful. And you can start implementing all of these while you're building your viral page, okay? While you're building the niche page. Also, what I personally did, like I said when I started, is use a little bit of influencers, right? Obviously, they do cost money, but in the end of the day, it's 100% worth it, okay? If you choose good influencers and you work with them the right way for your new come-up personal brand, in the long term, it's going to pay off 100%. And then lastly, but definitely not least, is start networking as soon as possible, okay? Like I said, I started when I was like at 15, 20K. Literally start earlier, okay? Start even when you have like 5K or whatever. Network with people around you, right? People that have the same kind of leverage than you, the same base of followers. Even like people who have like 50,000, right? Just start networking with people. Get your name out there. One really important thing that I kind of missed on in the beginning is be a part of the community. You know, it's 100%. Social media, and after all, right? It's social. So what I recommend, you guys literally go comment on posts, and not just like, oh, dope pic, right? Literally like consume the actual content. Comment on the post. You know, be active inside of your community, whatever that community is for you personally. That would be like my go-to, and then obviously focus on the niche page. What I recommend, I mean, literally everything you need to know is on his channel. So I'll just check out all the videos. That's everything you need to know. You can start building your niche page, right? Leveraging that to grow your personal brands. That's how I personally would do it if I had to start over now.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now just quickly before I end this video, I just wanted to mention that me and Lucas are actually working on a project on the site, which I'm super excited to announce to you guys. It will probably be in about 10, 15, 20 days I'll announce this, but it's going to be super dope. It's going to be providing a lot of value to you guys. I'm super excited to show you guys that. And yeah, so you'll definitely see more of Lucas. He's gonna teach you guys a lot more stuff. So I'm super pumped for this. You guys should be too.
Yeah, so we're basically both super excited because what we're gonna share with you guys is actually what changed our lives, and mine for sure, and I believe yours as well. Is basically a thing that completely took us from literally being a broke high school dropout to living the life that we're living now. Actually educating guys on everything we've learned, because we want you to have the same experience that we are experiencing now.
100%. So yeah, super excited about that, guys. Make sure you stay pumped for that. Now also make sure to follow Lucas. Go and follow his Instagram page. I'll drop that on the screen as well as mine. You gotta follow my account as well. So go follow both of us, because Lucas has got a lot to teach you guys on his Instagram page as well. Go and analyze his page, see how he built his personal brand. Also drop his YouTube channel down below, which you can subscribe to. He teaches some affiliate marketing, stuff like that. He's definitely planning to post more content on that channel as well. So go follow me on Instagram. follow his YouTube, check his content out,
guys.
and yeah, you're going to be seeing more of Lucas for sure in what we've got coming up, so be excited about that as well. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Smash a like if you enjoyed the video, go down below and subscribe if you are not new, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I'll probably be at home then. Peace.